beloved spiritual warriors. I'm here to speak to you today about a topic entitled From Numb to Awake. Stay tuned. Hello, my beloved spiritual warriors. Happy Sunday. I would like to speak to you today on this topic that Spirit gave me entitled From Numb to Awake. And the reason I come to you today with this message is because as I continue throughout my life to guide individuals, read for them spiritually, try to be the best spiritual life coach that I can be, I can't help but to recognize that at times we come looking for answers, we come looking for results, we come looking for options in a magical, spiritual, or religious way, when in reality, we have to dig deeper within ourselves to see what is causing the issue that we're looking in search of answers for. What is really causing the issue by which we are in search of answers for? Could it possibly be that you are numb and you don't even know about it? Because if you knew about it, if you knew what the issue was, you would take care of it. But it is my belief that some of us are acting in a very numb type of way, approaching life from a very numb-like state. And we need to jump out of it. We need to jump out of our numb state in order to grab our destiny, get a hold of our goals, really control the steering wheel of our life. So I ask you today, beloved ones, I ask you today, are you loving? Are you suffering? Are you praying from the place where you used to be? Think about that for a couple of seconds. Are you loving? Are you praying? Are you suffering from the place where you used to be? What does this mean? It means that some of us are talking about what happened. Some of us continuously speak about what already took place, what already happened, what we lost, what hurt us, who abandoned us, what's not working. But we are not speaking enough about what we can still do, what we will still do, what we still want, what we still desire, what will still happen. Because it's almost like, because we're focused on the past, we've become distant from what still could be, what possibilities we still have in our future. So therefore, it's hard to see options when I'm still looking backwards. It's hard to look and see ahead when my attention is facing towards the back, facing towards my history, facing toward the past. Is very, very difficult. We cannot build new things on top of old stories. The old story contaminates the new projects. And I see people come to me often, more often than I would choose to admit, because there's a lot of individuals that, even though they are concerned or worry about, for example, I want love, I want a relationship, I feel alone, I feel misunderstood. Yes, you want that love, yes, you want the relationship, but you're speaking about it based on what you already bring to the table based on your past. I feel misunderstood. Do you feel misunderstood? Are you misunderstood now? Or is your experience that speaks about how misunderstood you were that you're still dragging into your new future, into your new beginning? I want to bring to your attention the fact that you cannot be focused on your future while thinking about the past at the same time. There's just two things that cannot coexist. The past and the future cannot coexist. They cannot cohabit together. But we come about approaching our destiny while still speaking, experiencing, feeling, thinking about our past. We think about our past, we feel our past, we speak our past over and over and over and over and over again like a broken record. Would it be hard for you to, this is the point that I want to make, would it be hard for you to believe that there are entities, there are lower level vibrations designed to keep you focused on your past? There are entities, there are lower vibrations that are designed to keep you focused on your past. And I want us to do the work to be able to cut that cord so that we can look ahead. That even though my history does not tell a story even though my history does not tell a story of winning, does not speak a story of being able to achieve what I would desire, does not speak a story of great challenges that I have overcome, but the fact that you are still breathing, the fact that you still can wake up in the morning to make a better choice is a sign that you are winning. Though it doesn't feel like it, because it's hard to accept this, it's hard to embrace this, it's hard to really take this in. How could I feel that I'm winning when I don't have anything to show for it? How can I feel that I'm winning when I feel lost, when I feel empty, when I feel so much discomfort, when I feel, abandoned, betrayed, when I feel ugly, when I feel not important, when I feel ignored, when I feel casted to the side, when I feel used, when I feel like am I even supposed to be here? How is it can I see things towards the future when my now feels so ugly? But the point that I want to stick in your head is the fact that as long as we are focused on how I feel now and how I felt yesterday, I cannot look ahead. I just can't see ahead. It's like there's a blindfold that does not allow me to see what's ahead, because my feeling is based on the now. And what I'm feeling now is based on what I went through yesterday. So could it be possible? I believe in the existence of lower level vibrations, of negative vibrations, of lower level entities, of negative spirits. I believe in that. And there's so many different ways to look at it, right? We can call it generational curse. We can call it being hexed. We can call it, someone wishing ill upon us, etc., etc. But no matter what title we choose to give it, no matter what we choose to call it, based on our own spiritual path, religious belief system, dogma, etc., it doesn't erase the fact that I hope that we can all agree on, which is, if I'm speaking about what already happened, it's the past. If I am basing my feeling today on what already occurred, that is part of the past. It's not part of my future. It is not part of my future. Entities whose main responsibility, my beloved spiritual warriors, entities whose main responsibility is to keep you entertained with what was. These lower level vibrations are not allowing you to focus on what is and will be and could be. This entity or these entities are making you focus on what already occurred. Entities that are in charge of keeping you looking in the rear view mirror. Entertain with looking at your past experiences. Why? Well, because it knows, listen to this, it knows that the minute you turn your focus on what you need, on the minute that you turn your focus on what you will build, on the minute that you turn your focus, on your goals, the past will lose you. These lower vibrations, these lower entities, these negative spirit knows that the moment that you focus ahead, the past will lose you. And it is the wish of many enemies. It is the wish of many competitors that don't have your best interest at heart. It is the wish of this generational curse. It is the wish of the negative vibrations that you grew up under to keep you stuck in the past, never to look ahead. Are you speaking so much about what already happened that you are cursing yourself unknowingly? You are unknowingly cursing yourself, because remember, one of the major rules of spirituality, words have power. What we utter, what we speak, what we express, whether mentally or verbally, has power. It has the power to keep us bound, to keep us restricted. It has the power to redirect our journey into what's not part of our destiny. It has power. And the more we choose to speak about our past and repeat the story over and over again about what your sister did to you a year ago, about what your father did when you were a child, about what your mom has failed to do, the moment that you continue to repeat this story, you are cursing yourself to be stuck to the past. That causes restrictions. Regardless of how intelligent you are, you're restricted. Regardless of how creative you are, you're restricted. Regardless of how avid, how much abilities you have, you're restricted by the spell of the past. It is dangerous. It is dangerous to live in the history of your experience, because over time, listen to this, over time you become numb. It is dangerous to live in the history of your experience, because over time you become numb. Over time you start to believe that what's ahead will never be different. So many of you lack self-belief. You lack a surety. You lack confidence that what's ahead is better, that what's ahead will change, that what's ahead will have a better, will promote a better future for you. So many of you don't believe it. So many of you don't believe it. So I wonder if, because of what we say, how we express it, how we think it, we are hexing ourselves. Forget the enemies. Forget the so-called witchcraft, which I don't believe in that term. I did a post about that a long time ago. Forget that. We are doing it to ourselves with what we express, with what we think, and our actions. You start to believe that there's nothing better for you waiting ahead. There's nothing for you worth fighting for ahead. That's why so many people lack that impetus, that push, that drive to fight, to conquer, to achieve, to reach in, because you're numb. You are numb by your past experiences. And there's nothing worse, hear me out. There's nothing worse than a person who lives a numb-like life. There's nothing worse than a person that lives a numb-like life. Why? Because in my spiritual opinion, based on the things that I have seen through so many years working with people, God's children, clients, even friends, people that I counsel and mentor, living a numb-like life is equivalent to committing suicide. I hope you understand this. Living a numb-like life is equivalent to committing suicide. The only difference between suicide and living a numb-like life is we haven't put the gun to our head and blown our brains off. We haven't taken a whole bunch of pills to overdose. We haven't, killed ourselves by driving our car off a bridge. We haven't set ourselves on fire. But it's equivalent, because being numb doesn't allow to feel, doesn't allow you to hope, doesn't allow you to see ahead, doesn't allow you to dream, doesn't allow you to put your best effort into creating a much better future for you. It is important to realize this. Some of you need to get out of your numb state. Some of you need to get out of your numb state. You are feeling numb, and this makes you lack energy. When we lack energy, okay, as a result, when we lack energy, it turns into days, days turns into weeks, weeks turns into months, and months turns into years. For those of us that are high-driven and motivated and excited and a go-getter, it's hard for us to understand. But trust me, there are many people that are not this excited, driven, given individual that live years in and years out in a numb-like state. There are hundreds of people that live a very numb-like life. Some of you are still thinking about what happened to you 10 years ago. Some of you are still thinking about what happened to you 5 years ago. Some of you are still thinking about what happened to you 2 years ago and last year, and you still talk about it, and you still repeat the story like it happened last night, and you still feel it in your bones like it just happened to you yesterday. That is a numb-like life. A numb-like life. It's like you're under a spell of numbness and under attack by a spirit of memories. Memories, that's yesterday. Memories, the bad memories, the abandonment, the betrayal, the trauma, the lost job, the loss of income, the failed marriage. These memories become like a spell that keeps you stuck. In that side of the bridge. I'm thinking about the Five of Cups as I'm speaking to you. I'm thinking about the Five of Cups because the Five of Cups is that particular card that regardless of how many opportunities, life, the Creator, God, Olofin, Olorum, Olodumare, and Sampe, the Most High, the Creator, tries to show us, we just can't see it. It's right there, but we can't see it. That's why in the Five of Cups, we can't seem to cross that bridge and see that on the other side of the bridge, our hopes are there, our desires are there, our new start are there, our new job is there, our new relationship is there, a new beginning is there. We can't see it because we're stuck on this side of the bridge. Depressed, consistently anxious, drugged up, or numbing it with alcohol, or numbing it with gambling, or numbing it, by binging on some series and Netflix and what have you. We need to step out of our numb-like state. Numb. The definition of numb, according to the Oxford Dictionary, numb is being deprived. Is being deprived of the power of sensation. Being deprived of the power of sensation. So that makes me think, if we're deprived of the power of sensation, and it's also defined as deprived of feeling or responsiveness, deprived of feeling and responsiveness. If we are deprived of sensation, that means that our senses are off. If we are deprived of sensation, that means that our senses are off. Sensation, which root is sense. And one of the definitions of sense is the ability, or one of the faculties of sight, smell, hearing, taste, and touch. We are desensitized. When we're numb, we are desensitized. When we're numb, a synonym to numb is dead, a dead-like state. A dead-like state. If we have a dead-like life, then we are not living. If we have a dead-like life, we are not truly living. Yes, we wake up every day. Yes, we do, take care of our immediate needs. Yes, we're walking physically, but internally, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, we're dead. That's what being numb is like. That's what being numb is like. So I would like for us to go from being numb to being awake, from numb to being alive, from numb to having sensitivity towards our future, sensitivity towards our goals, sensitivity towards what we would like to achieve in life. Sensitivity. When we have sensitivity, then all of our senses are active. All of our senses are activated. It is time to activate your senses by getting out of your numb-like life that you're living. And when we are awake, when our senses are awoken, then it's a widespread reaction of interest and excitement. A widespread reaction of interest and excitement. That is sensation. That is the definition of sensation. So what happens if we're not living a sensational type of life? Then we are numb, and if we are numb, it's almost like being dead. What's it going to take for you to step outside of your numb-like ways? What's it going to take for you to step outside of your numb-like mentality, feeling, way of living life? What is it going to take? Because weeks are going by, months are going by, years are going by, and you're not getting any younger. So what's it going to take? How many more times can you repeat the same story over and over and over again of what you already happened, of what already occurred? How many times can you live in that history, not realizing that you're distancing yourself from your destiny? What's it going to take? This is the thought that I want to leave you with today. And this sacred Sunday, this is the message that I want to leave you with today, because many of you, beloved spiritual warriors, sadly said, you wake up every day and you do the same thing over and over and over again. You go to bed doing the same thing over and over again. You wake up the next day and it's the same cycle repetitively, same cycle again and again and again and again and again and again. You're numb. If you're living the same cycle every single day, lacking inspiration, lacking drive, lacking will, lacking sensitivity, you're numb. You're living a numb-like life. And I want to wake you up. I want you to allow your ancestors to wake you up. I want you to allow God, or the Creator, or Spirit, or Ensamble, or Lofim, or Lodim, or Lodumare, whichever divine creator you believe in. I want you to allow yourself to be awoken so that you can step fully, mind, body, spirit, soul. Step fully, completely into the fullness of your destiny. You cannot experience the destiny when you're still uttering your past. You're hexing yourself. You're hexing yourself. You're doing brujeria on yourself. And it's time for us to shake it off, And I don't mean shake it off because sometimes, some people dislike that term, shake it off, because in some way it makes you feel like whatever happened to you is not important, it wasn't significant, it wasn't, impactful to you. And that's not what that means. It means you cannot afford to wear this coat any longer. If you want to reach into your future, you cannot afford to wear this old coat of your history on any longer. It's time to go from numb to being awake. What's it gonna take? Some of you are numb, even though you have, this is the other part, even though some of you want better things ahead, some of you have aspirations and have goals, yes, But you're not reaching those goals because you're still hurt by their past. You're still hurt by what left you. You're still hurt by what betrayed you. You're still hurt by what you lost. You're still hurt by old feelings. And some of you want to also prove a point. I'm going to show him that I this. I'm going to show her this and that. I'm going to make him pay. I'm going to make her pay. When you're speaking like this, feeling like this, you're speaking about the past. You're not speaking about the future. You're contaminating your destiny by your so-called need to prove your point, by your so-called need to retaliate, by your so-called need to show this person how powerful you are. You know how you can show your ex how powerful you are? By being much more beautiful and greater tomorrow. You know how you're gonna get back to that husband who betrayed you with your best friend? By showing up for yourself and stepping into the fullness of your destiny and not even entertaining the thought of having to prove a point to him or anyone. That's how you will step into your fullness. That's how you're going to retaliate. Not how you're thinking right now. But if you step into the fullness of your power, if you embrace the tenacity that the Creator invested in you, if you step into receiving the blessings that you were born with, you could show how powerful you are by embracing your destiny. You could show how powerful you are by saying, I'm going to look better. I'm going to fix myself up. I'm going to look beautiful because I'm already beautiful anyway. And I'm going to show the world that I'm not fazed by my experience. Show the world that you're not fazed by your experience by embracing your destiny. And you cannot embrace your destiny when you're still feeling and experiencing your past. Let's get out of our numb-like state and be awoken to reach our highest potential and truly, truly represent the best version of ourselves. May Spirit bless you. May God bless you. May ancestors always bless you. If you like this video, hit like, share it, leave a comment, and I hope to hear from you soon. Many blessings to you.